because I was see no Ghanaians have started reading back, so we are starting to expose them. Yeah, I say there was a president who told us Ghana ye tisika so come there.
Okay.
Oba no dey this kana kire so come na there. I say. And then the president has come and then nyoma mu ago look at Bronya where buy. She said how everybody was busy celebrating Bronya. Omoko create me to the Uber Sole anopa. Ebebo awia be 3-4 na still wonya ka. These were all reflectors of the John Mahama administration. And then this is just the first year. With NPP.
Okay.
When they are in opposition, they are dangerous. When they are in power, they are more dangerous. When they hold on to power, they don't want to leave it. The moment they leave power, they are ready to do everything possible to come back. You see that whenever it goes to history, I'm always aggressive because NPP no on my back is something that I was say all the time. We have to sing their abakosem. I was say yebo my abakosem to say anthem.
Ebusa for na yatina sibie ma ye ne vibrant ehia ye ba bedi enkomo wo dia ne so ba na wa subscribe ya ma ye na well review comment so e de amaye na bibia etimi akoso e de amaye ene ye ba behwe eye the 1992 constitution 7th January etwamu ya na ye the president John Dramani Mahama so the 1 year in office enso aka ho na bibia enso atimi akoso e de amaye ntiana de tewaso twuku na yentie ensem 1 year under President John Dramani Mahama or the nsem mebre enso no atutu edwa was say ye build Ghana that Ghana no obi obebe bia no eyade se obetimi abu oman no sene e wose ode efa so me no ka say ya Bank of Ghana so e de abase interest rate set to decline further as Ghanaians Ghana reference rate for January drops to 15.68%. It is say no interest rate no enche beba form ti so kwaje bosia na ebianka ye 40% and 30% that interest rate no eba form the NDC they are working and 1 year na mu no Copec Ghana atele oil marketing company OMC for no say they should reduce the fuel price. Sans say the fuel price. So we no more de krata akoma transport operators say transport fare no don't wait for government to come and tell you say to transport fare so abra nim say fuel no yate so ni nyina enso eka ho ebi 1 year na mu no utimi say okay ensam wo ho ye bedi emu enkomo na bibia nso no atimi akoso domlevo nso de krata akoma age say on speedy up as people are losing hope on corruption cases in Ontario so ya ne vibrant nso ebe wuramu nkakra na ya di emu enkomo in some way ne dodo na aka ho no President John Dramani Mahama so de atudwa eye ne 1 year mu no say this is the 17th time ayako IMF and it will be the last.
It must be the last.
Yes. And last time we are going for a bailout from the IMF. So which means enche dia IMF no yebetimi eyi ho nso no e de free moon some no de wo ho vibrant. Ene me kwasai.
Me say dollar yi that time yi de.
Yeah, say dollar no. Abrochefo ni bi nsusu o.
Omusu.
Abrochefo ni bi say adwuma omo ye no.
Na change na ye to ye no to aba.
Omuso mo ye.
Ghana, they should come back to Ghana.
Unu say na enam 17 ni.
Oni ajo mo say na $1.
Nam 20 na se for no.
Amount
for the amount for to 2 payroll so. E bi kwa ji tun say mehwe omu school fees. Unu say omo obere o. Ene ohwe de wonya no ne school fees.
Na ho de nemra Ghana meboye. Na Ghana ehia nipa.
Hey, better ye. The aka nyina and one thing at vibrant me ba so ansa ne say one thing I was saying nyina ye gitu mu ne say it is the responsibility of every government say obe stabilize enema obe ma enema emu ago na emu no so manema ni mugu a eye yen Ghana for no ya sede. Don't go and complain and blame the government say cement price is still the same. Nemum dollar kofom. Ghana ha no yen hye ni price control bia e wo Ghana ha. So it's your responsibility say yen Ghana for no. We should think beyond politics. First and now crass cement eba. Na bia utua e can say port duty na se for utua 1 billion. Yen fa ne sa. And okokra ba ye no utua 500 million. Automatically you have 500 million profit aba be show butum. Don't wait for government no faso bone enti de ba na Nigeria for ne abrofo no bewura ye market ni mu a na ye sa ne omo eko because okoso magazine a engine was enke nipa no eteso no onteso ba Nigeria ni bebia no so ateso ne ye ne omo ko. We shouldn't leave everything for the government. Vibrant.
Yeah.
Nsɛm no gu so 1 year under President John Dramani Mahama nsɛm mebre na no ana ɛwɔ hɔ mehu sɛ obi nso akɔtwere 2026 year of the Mensa. Hey, Ratinya.
Me say 2026 27 the prosecution
year of the Mensa.
Yes, but we shouldn't forget the good works of the president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. My area if you say in the first year no he has been able to bring the dollar back to 10. Yes. It will be better every 8 years.
Okay.
Or they call 17, 8, 16, 25. Yeren Fi say there was a vice president who told us that he came solely for economy. At the end of the day, he diverted from economy to digitization. Even the digitization, the digitization was brought in the John Mahama administration.
Yeah, and you can say Minister of yes. Communication.
Because even till now, Ghana card which is not for them. Because I won't say Ghanaians have started reading back, so we are starting to expose them. Yeah, I say there was a president who told us Ghana tisika so accommodate.
Okay.
Oba and on the discana chere so accommodate. I say. And then the president has come and then look at Bronya whereby she said how everybody was busy celebrating Bronya. Omuko create me to the Uber Soliano pa. Ebebo a be 3 4 na still wonyaka. These were all reflectors of the John Mahama administration. And then this is just the first year. When says the second year, if Ghanaians are able to sell his work, ejumana Hawaii no, na ya bonechi. Actually, they said John Mahama this and this and this because John Mahama is a listening government. Say in a panel. We wait me out camera. No, I call baby. John Mahama, I have schools in you. I have machines.
Yeah, no, my papa. Yeah.
So if we have a listening government like this, should we say oh, yem penny pana semunti, NPP na yepe na arrogant president. You do an episode and a program with a document
okay.
We should leave the democracy and then come for autocracy in a democratic way. So the 1 year of His Excellency what do they want to see?
Okay.
For no person who day. Person who said your mama could some Ghana because we are agitating about dollar. Dollar is down. We are talking about fuel. Fuel is down. From 17 to 11 to 12. So what again? We are talking about your schools. Your school now free education for Adriano Mudina say
okay.
Nobody is complaining about Adriana aside under educhum. Mass at 25 25 Ghana cities, 35 cities. Nobody is complaining at 12 cities, 13 cities at Thomas. We are seeing say teachers are beginning to get happy. Mahama has declared the 5 million Ghana supports for the accommodation of teachers. And then if way back, the teachers are going to be comfortable wherever they are being posted to.
Okay.
Because they posted on a summer bonus over corner baby or bedano. It is lesser. What again? Mahama has promised that he is going to make sure say the University of Ghana, he's going to help and then build accommodations. What again? Because mostly things teachers and nurses complain about is accommodation. Na so ye way area at the end of the day, students are even complaining, say, your accommodation fee, you know, and doesn't change your school fees, nankasa.
Okay.
And the John Mahama administration is going to do what? He's going to make sure, say, that accommodation will build it to ease the students. Students, remember, Jai Abano. I'm a this now, I'm a NPP for what? 8 good years. Hostels, Ben Musi. 8 good years. About me, I catch it, say, Yang Ghana for nordness now. We feel say, Anka, there should be something better at the north for the northerners to stay there. Ye me kaya ye mobi me did do atem, mobi me repo, o me da bontenum. But me ba no be share kaya ye mukina. Adan ya wo sit down ama kaya ye for na wa free. Wo ba na free sirem abas kan say Kumasi Accra. No abe kaya ye adan obenya baby ada. He came and then he supported this child labor. He was happy about it. We get a government who was doing SADA in the north to keep them there, who has come and is going to make more development in the north to let the northerners stay there and work. At the end of the day, everywhere will be city. What's it Davida? Yempe NDC, yempe NPP. NPP they are not coming anyway.
Vibrant, but yeah. Mami for we in Chemu. On say ya na people are complaining about Ghana card registration. As at now, I mean, I say information I menya from Yaira Kuku. Ukoni Facebook page, I will say in the coming days, the National Identification Authority, NIA, Ghana, in collaboration with the private sector, will begin piloting the NIA 24/7 prestige registration centers across the country. These registration centers will be open 24/7, including weekends, Saturday and Sundays. Registration services will also be made available online. Now, say the Ghana card, no, or Ghana, 100% register.
I would have been happy if Yaira Koku tag Honorable Afinyo marking with this team. Ono na debut bisa say 24-hour economy na we.
Okay.
24-hour economy is not about we kwa kodina you can say kwan so kwan na waton zuo 24 hours.
Okay.
You see, this is what NPP
does. This NIA no kra no under the leadership of Yaira Koku, it is going 24.
It is going 24 and it's going to implement the 24-hour economy because at the end of the day, no, say bia me wade be Monday, Tuesday to the weekdays, no, I'm not able to go to the office.
Okay.
But Saturday, Sunday, I back home.
Register me Ghana
and
card.
It is going to open 24/7. Ebia me here juma from anopa to 3 o'clock. 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
So you cannot tell me, say, Yaira Koku, what is doing it is not going to benefit Ghanaians under the 24-hour. That's why I say, I will be happy if Yaira Koku will tag number of your marking with this particular thing.
Say 24-hour economy, even NIA
he's always in Parliament making noise about you can't say 24-hour economy. But they should understand, say 24-hour economy is not about 24 hours. Say if people start moving every day 24 hours from the roadside, but some of the shops will be forced to be at the road by 24 hours.
Yeah.
When you are going to Accra, time and because it's a busy road. Yes. So at the end of the day, 24-hour economy, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the master started. Me see honorable Afenyo and Tunika Ahumachi too. No uncle Temahabo. Temahono. No uncle say Ohono Yenye Juma.
Wow.
They'll always make noise about something and then they won't be able to details almost
yes, Yaira Kokukra NIA
yes, they
24
are coming to add up to the 24-hour economy. And this Yaira Koku thing now is going to economy is about what? It's about the nation moving forward.
Okay.
Sikano menya no NIA hineko abainko bottom. Eko abain bottom, where is it going? It is coming to the public. So this is the 24-hour economy they don't get.
Ye twesi kanso ma NIA ni bia oba e kenative for say unregistered Ghana for nyina Ghana card. Ebesi ne. Yensa dodo na ansa anka na omomo frɛ na obi de adanse by UK so wetima kwa register ne Ghana card so the sister ne call ye don say UK mu koye piloting wo ho so ye Ghana ni na UK obo register.nia.gov.gh you follow the process we are work office ho wakwakoye but amount for what other countries no so ye adwa omo say Yaira Koku fa bi mra ho. So we say very soon on best start piloting other countries and US, Dubai, or Canada. So 4 years in a year now Ghana now different country. You don't have to come to Ghana to register your Ghana card. So, NMA cost variant, young constitution man, so about 1 year under President Mahama.
I think that area, no,
okay, and the young constitution, no, 1 year near, I think constitution, a date, babe. So say 1992 constitution.
Yes, 28 February 1992.
Yeah, into young kakra na the history behind the constitution.
28 na make kan no a referendum day no mama bachemere say minimum days.
Yeah.
Because 28 February na waka say I say constitution day ni 7 January.
Okay.
But the 28 no you can say referendum. Mr. Omo mama bachemere.
Ma ya watch me pa yenkoso.
All right, so Rakojo. I will always start with NPP.
Okay.
When they are in opposition, they are dangerous. When they are in power, they are more dangerous. When they hold on to power, they don't want to leave it. The moment they leave power, they are ready to do everything possible to come back. You see that whenever it goes to history, I'm always aggressive because NPP, my back is something that was a year all the time. We have to sing their abakosem. I was say my abakosem to say anthem, so that it will sink in the head of Ghanaians. Me make us say NPP ni bi wo honum. Wanyam fie be 35, 36 onim na abakosem.
Okay.
Obeto 1992 NPP. Ene say edubu ahemu na the NPP by. NPP started 1947. Ombe hijack ye free power grant in sim. Now let's go to I won't go further much. Let's go to the constitution. Now when the AFR NDC, the Revolutionary Council, when they took over power from the when they took over power, they started having problems led by JJ Rawlings.
Okay.
1981. They started having problems. Also, when they took over power from Liman, they started having problems. And then most of the problems were like, they weren't getting. And then, Mahama mentioned of IMF, right? IMF, no, and yeah, in this for the IMF, Vibayo. And yet, JJ Rawlings started called IMF, NLC, National Liberation Council, when they overthrew Kwame Nkrumah. And I'm Ghana ko share IMF ase. Almost say Ghana, you intimi share your home. And I'm ko share IMF ase.
Just to disgrace
disgrace Kwame Nkrumah. And I'm ko share IMF ase. So meant na hanom be ye mom met na honom ye ma adwene say JJ Rawlings is one of the rudest, and I say one of the bad government. Ye who be that no. So now after the JJ Rawlings took over power from Liman, he wasn't getting any Mwabia and free baby.
Yeah.
Now the Provisional Defense Council, the PNDC, anytime they go outside, no money bibia. And then there was internal agitation, external and internal agitation. External was outside, like Omokwa is no, your country is still in a coup d'etat era, is still in a military regime. Say ya the Mwabi Mao, you know doing kutahuna the Mwabi Mao say je. Na ebia ye ma obe 2-3 years e betua na set 2-3 years now, so na so be 2 aben na who will pay. So the external forces were not ready. Internally so they were agitating because people started painting him black. He is an autocratic leader, and he said okay fine, if that is the case, then me JJ Rawlings, I'll let Ghanaians know say me a democratic leader, because at the end of the day he took over power 1979 so he handed it over to someone because he felt say he was a military man. He handed it to an economist. And then now, after the year, they started the PNDC. They created something called the National Commission for Democracy, the PNDC.
Okay.
And then the committee, commission was to bring ideas of Ghanaians. They be ameka say constitution and young Rawlings na them throw buku. Eye Ghana for ye maame no mo, the fishermen, the market women, eye omo amoden omo anum asem and the chiro constitution. So after that when he set up that commission, that they should go out and then do what? Ask of Ghanaians their what? Now after that, they made a 258 member committee for the constitution. And then when they did that, SK Asante, he was the one who was leading.
Yeah.
He led that committee. And then his job was to, once the constitution came, the first, second, third republic, and the constitution was not a new constitution. It was from the other constitution or other than. So people who are agitating now say, oh, at the end of the day, we want a new constitution. It is this our same constitution, then we use it for another constitution. So SKB Asante was the one who was leading that committee. And then he was given the opportunity and I said the power to do was they should go out there and then bring the ideas of Ghanaians. And then the 250 committee were involved, like assemblymen, the ordinary Ghanaians were part.
Okay.
So when they went out there and they started asking Ghanaians, how do we go about it? They said, more PFP4, NPP4. You people, it is open. It wasn't limited to a particular political party. It wasn't limited to the military regime. It was for Ghanaians, just like Kwame Nkrumah said, ye pefa hudia ma omaya, ye di omaya mano, energy for hudia. So he put people outside to ask the ordinary Ghanaians. These PFP people, say, they are not happy, they are not going. Pene emma the ordinary Ghanaian na yenya to aba edema omono. Me a metijom, o ma me otijom, o papa owo ye kan say epuano. Pene emma form ano asem embeto constitution. Emrakese eboga no ho binde. E wo say ye akrachefo, e wo say ye lawyer for, a judge for, a himfo. Na ye kan say empo no teacher for empo, they didn't even regard them. So because of Rollins the ordinary Ghanaian they almost say nye omaka omusasha omamotu omoso omonko Ghana Bar Association ye ma omo time slot mumra na ye hinan ye we should go and then gather Ghana Bar Association the omusasha omoto so omonko they are not going mona moya lawyer for now you know the implication of involving the ordinary Ghanaian almost omonye omo ya krachefo omo te air condition into omo awia ba omo ne den emma metro book omo ye omo ni so forgetting say ye na awia boy no yenye sika na at the end of the month ye di tuamoka. You pick your camera, you go to the market, ask a market woman about the economy obeka na te say point no obeka kire wo achen obi a wote parliament house because she's always there. She understand.
Yeah.
She understands how the economy go. She understands the depreciation and appreciation of the city. So you can't sit in your air condition and tell her, say, and I'm say JJ Rollins, the ordinary Ghanaian, involving them in the government, you are not happy, so you won't go. And today, if you talk about the 1992 Constitution of Ghana, you see the Ghana Bar Association, they own everything. They know more than everything. BBNIA, they always have something to say on it. Today, you talk about lawyers in Ghana and then NPP for marshal omo suit the abasa omo no mo ya lawyer for. Meanwhile when we're doing what, when we're trying to bring the constitution, they say pempe omo nye. So Rollins didn't give a damn. Mosemonya Ghanaians are there. Okay. They supported me, so let me go out there. So Rollins set out the team, the 258 member committee. They went out there, brought the ideas of Ghanaians together with SKB Asante, brought the ideas of Ghanaians, and then they gathered it, put it down, and then once they had the number Sonny B, and then they tried to make which one will always do what? Guard the nation. And they ended up at a constitution. Now, let's go for a referendum. NPP for say, yeah. After everything, now let's go and pass the constitution. The constitution which gave the right for NPP for that now, you were out of the limelight now. You people now PFP na hirano obiam pe monima hwe no. The constitution of the Fourth Republic, JJ Rollins PNDC for the constitution brought it say, oh, at the end of the day ye ma me no me papa no mo market say ye ma smaller parties no, it should be open for every political party. O person what to political party obetimi ate o sika nko ade obetimi ate because adwene wo and then people ba ko tirem e ya adwen kire ye ba na erane na o wini afan one wini afan enye constitution anka Kofi Akpalu, Mr. Kofi Akpalu, anko benya ho ye de oye. Anko onya ho nye. The Constitution of Ghana has really worked. And now we went to Parliament. Muma yankwa almost said that they boycotted Parliament. They said they won't go. Now, at the end of the day, the constitution went on. Ghanaians supported referendum, we went to parliament, and then we passed the constitution. And also so Amosibwe. And also so Montiase. So if Rollins koye tuturenia ka constitution, but it's not them na watro e their brain. But and I'm say a democratic leader, though his party was born out of revolution, but there was a reason. There were instances being the revolution by. And the constitution was passed 1992, and then it started implicating 1993. And you came into the light with your NPP, and then today you want me to praise NPP for what? For constitutional man say for when they were sabotaging the independence of Ghanaians. So Bakojo, when we talk about the constitution today, the real owners of the constitution, the Fourth Republic Constitution, is the NDC, which came out of the AFR to the PNDC and to NDC, not NPP. NPP, they have no say in the constitution because they are always here to destroy. Oh yeah, Nana Dodon Kufuor Kachiro so he's a human rights lawyer. They be send certificate where Okacha say ayara. How can you tell me say your certificate na ayara? Even Krampo ya we SHS kra da Krampo oko school na archives you get it. So which school no call your Okacha send certificate ayara? It was under the same constitution and the NPP are born. So they should respect the constitution. And at the end of the day, it was JJ Rawlings, the NDC, we are the proud owners of the constitution. Someone said they should come and prove me wrong. Say we are the proud owners of the constitution. And the Fourth Republic, when they overthrew the Kwame Nkrumah government, Omo jai Ghana in a very messy way. When NPP, Omo forebearers, the NLC overthrew Kwame Nkrumah, they left Ghana in a messy way. Obiaye coup d'etat. We had almost 3 to 4 coup d'etats before this Fourth Republic. But okobo coup d'etat dia obiara fi NLC die obiara fi champo die obiara fi bibia, they are always concentrating on JJ Rawlings, all because they've tried to rewrite the history book of Ghana and they forget about all that and always pinpointing JJ Rawlings coup d'etat, which as in as much as some of the Kafa JJ Rawlings who be JJ Rawlings ni constitution and it is governing you and the constitution fights for you. Even the free education, Bakojo, I will tell you point blank, say it is in the JJ Rawlings constitution, the NDC4 constitution and free education. Because if you go to the article 25 of the 1992 constitution, you can go and search. This is where they tell you, say it has to get to a point to be a Ghana for was eco school free, but we must start from somewhere.
Okay.
You're starting in
progressively.
That is why Kufuor came on the Obey and school feeding on pen on some. John Mahama Amos came, they started building schools.
Oh, okay.
NPP for catch as a schools nation wurim. The schools nation wurim. And then mobile. Sa free education, mumbi some say scabba no more. And even a cramp, mumbi some say nipa do saying and a benefit for free education. You cannot give us a figure and you expect us to forget about all these things from 1947, basically 2026. Then we should vote for NPP for what? So NPP there. Yeah, bano yen your money here. They are out of the book. They don't have anything better for Ghanaians. So almost say me boy, they should come and prove me. National health insurance. Omo kachire say okoboa dia and they'll attribute it to J. Kufuor.
You almost say Kufuor, President Kufuor.
What did President Kufuor came to meet? President Kufuor came to meet it. He only piloted it. He only implemented it. When JJ was bringing, these same people were in parliament. Abu Kufuor Dems, they were in parliament and they were telling us, kind of saying some mutual health insurance, no. Best say it is going to spoil Ghana economy. So mo boy yan kwan kwatwe letter number one. NPP for just recently is surfaced. I will send it to you and you can put it as a thumbnail. When NPP was in parliament and they were against the mutual health insurance, the thing that you kind of say JJ Rawlings did was there. I said it was limited to some hospitals. President Kufuor only came to implement it. Obakojo, among getting it right, President Kufuor only came to implement it. President Kufuor didn't come to start from scratch gathering ideas. When they were gathering the ideas, NPP was against it. So they should spare us. The free education, it is in the Constitution, Article 25. They should go and read. So you can't talk about free education without talking about the Constitution. But jandam binti, and oko campus on beti. Make us say, may explain this national health insurance. Oh, Bodin and go back at yourself for, but it's not for. He came to meet it and he only implemented it. Or by no, the national implemented free. You can't say health insurance. Or make a say, or paying for market, you can't say hospital. Echo say
maternal health care.
Echo say. So they should just spare us because whatever President Kufuor came to implement, the problem is not by meeting and he didn't solve it. He came to meet Doomso. Was he able to solve it? He couldn't solve it. I've mentioned a major problem he came to meet. He couldn't solve it. It is your mama then at Amos who came to solve the Doomso. So you can't come and meet mutual house insurance, pilot it, and you tell me say, "Me bone say me farmer." For what? So Bakojo, when you talk about constitution, we are the sole owners of the constitution. And then also NDC by that they've made amendment because Ghanaians are agitating. And then who tell you say the constitution protects the president to an extent say Ghana for air canon? The constitution doesn't need to be changed though. The constitution needs to be applied. Because Rakojo kamenewo etimi pushi ma constitution apply in Kufuor time and Kufuor on wie ni 8 years no. They would have impeached him because it is in the constitution. Say president there na say it is against Ghanaians. You go ahead to impeach him. So if they had applied the constitution to impeach the Kufuor, he wouldn't have gotten to this extent. And who tell them say His Excellency the president, the former president, they cannot bring him to Constitution say, and obviously a constitution man 10 years, and 10 years now. The constitution doesn't give anybody 10 years. The constitution of Ghana says that say president bisi free akonyaso, ye man 3 years, within 3 years, ye should nkratem. Na nkrata ne so mu kwena na de wa be ginamrem. Say when anything within 3 years na eja for another years. That is why when John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency Osifri Akonyaso, he was visiting the OSP office. Almost a air bus. He was visiting the OSP office every day. President John Mahama.
Okay.
Why did John Mahama? It is not the same agitation and force His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to bring out his bank statement. Called Beba. No. But it is the constitution. The constitution can force you to do something. So they shouldn't always say that and say, constitution, they wrote it to suit some people. They didn't write any constitution to suit anybody. Yeah, mama, yeah, papa, no, na, yeah, they are those who wrote the constitution for us. Don't patch us on Jimmy. When they open the constitution, say constitutional cancer review, NPP for obisi hono, obiansi ho, or the any constitution in we, now you implement we no better than we will do it with them.
So talking about the constitution, dear, now so when say, and you may be a ye face biano.
It was written, yeah, mama, no, yeah, papa, no, and I said the constitution is not bad. They should mention one thing in the constitution, and they should mention it. The what they always say, they say, president, and I'm actually, 10 years. And 10 years, 3 years. And within the 3 years, no, what do you do? Within the 3 years, you make sure that president now will see a free akunyaso. You do what? You investigate him within 3 years. What you shouldn't crack them? Say, Bibi Sonimua, you cannot investigate a Kufuor. Dr. His Excellency another Kufuor. You cannot investigate Gabi. Now when you corruption or Gabi, you will not get the president in there. Bibi a womb, PDF a womb, a Mary a womb. What is it that the president is not there? So you want to tell me, say, because say constitution, let's say, which is not even like that. You know about 7 corruption cases on Gabi, whereas the president's name is there. Was it mentioned? For what? I don't. They were going to buy your mama. I ain't. Obia also why a road. Yeah, bisawa. Oh yeah, rough for parliament. What again? Say constitution in Yedumanka. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. You investigating on a kind of say Palugudamu.
Are they more investigating on Palugudamu?
Me say beba. Amuka say Ghana edi agro. Amuka say edi agro. We are not joking. Anytime me say omo wa hoden bia. Omo fan cause ya omo party ni ye. Because de na mo ye no. Yenti yo. 2026-27. This is where Rakojo. Me say Ghanaians, we are more than agitative. It got to a point now you say Ghana for with not getting angry enough. But Sisiano, you bet you say we are not those that is the who say we can research, we can know, and we can draw the president's attention on things. Because if Ghanaians get up one day and say, Mr. President, we want you to investigate Bawumia today, and the agitation comes, you think the president is going to sit quiet?
Obey.
He will do it. Obi kotwe camera kwampo na okoye ne video. The president goes there. And you want to tell us obia wa be corruption scandal diska, the president is not going to take it. So the Constitution of Ghana, we NDC, we are the sole owners of the Constitution of Ghana, the 1992 and the Fourth Republic. They should come and tell us why they are saying so. Me, I'm always open for challenge.
Okay.
I'm always open for challenge. Me can't say I'm wrong. Come and prove me wrong.
Okay.
Don't sit at the comment section and insult me because me the attempt my the attempt na me. Yeah, family home. The attempt what is my problem is just come and prove me wrong. As simple. So I'm waiting for them to come and prove me wrong. Say NDC, the PNDC, we are arrogant. And I said the PNDC and the NDC, we are autocratic. Then we'll tell them what they did. When they overthrew Kwame Nkrumah, everything about Kwame Nkrumah was criminal. Anka JJ Rawlings, obey a coup d'etat, no? Anka everything about you people. When they were allegedly following JJ Rawlings, 19 coup d'etat, the man survived. Assassination, he survived. Anka or baby, Anka, you just so you see MPP there.
Wow. But when you anyone a president can about the IMF, IMF bailout, you know, was say this will likely be the last time Ghana bobo eura IMF biem.
You see, I've always say when you go back to IMF, no, anytime about IMF, dinner amount for my dream almost say JJ Rawlings na the buy. NLC. Omotu Nkrumah ba ni guye no ena mo de Ghana ko share IMF and from there Ghana has suffered IMF. But me, I'm happy about this particular thing because it should be, because Ghana, we have all the natural resources that can make Ghana rich. Ghana, Malaysia, Singapore, these three countries, we have natural resources. We had our independence the same year. Why is it that why is that Singapore and Malaysia, they are ahead of Ghanaians? Why? Because they were able to elect leaders who think about the nation. They didn't elect leaders who came to do nepotism. They didn't elect leaders who do not listen. They didn't elect leaders who came to feel say they are superior over Ghanaians. The elected leaders are Oba developmental project was oyeno obeye, and then the nation, the citizen did what they protected those governments. When John Dramani Mahama was in power 2016, 17, 18, he started building schools, markets, roads. Ghana for catcher say yendi infrastructure and that. But Malaysia, Singapore, when their presidents were doing that, they kept quiet, they kept their cool, and they supported the president. And then you go there and you get the best road, car accidents, and it's not common. Production rules, it's going equal 1-1. And today, we've gotten a president who is back to bring the Ghana we want back. And what for a past 1 year, they've not borrowed. They've showed us they can govern within the country. They can govern with Yesika. They can govern with your tax na yetriano. So these are the government we want. Because Anka John Mahamat so be 8 years in the previous time na Anka Bakojo enye say Ghana NDC aba yebre. And then he said something, say he's going to make get Ghana at a point bia. Even Obi Obebebiano, it will be difficult for you to send Ghana backwards. So if the president has come and he's making the dollar struggle with the cedi, yentuno, then a president has come now. He has come to so look at how tireless the energy minister, the Jinapo has done. They left him a car. Honorable Afenyomak Monjinimra. No matter containers na yera na hwene ano na ewe. Containers which were meant to solve the problems of ECG. When John Mahama was leaving power, he has left you a very diligent, decent, you can say ECG, was solving power crisis, and then he left them money in the ESLA. ESLA sikanawe. Economy, the nation economy have a base on the ECG, on the electricity. When Mahama was leaving power, na NDC for omo abemu, omo ye futu obi e friend ESLA, energy sector levy. And that ESLA no was to make sure say anytime dachi bi no say you can nya ho to chima Esla ne sika na ebe yi dey the edi solve.
Okay.
Omo ba year 2017 edu 2018 2019 when we started asking them questions about Esla. Omo ka kire say Esla omo dey yi akwan. Esla edi yi kwan. Ye the ECG sika ko yi kwan. Na mo sa yi akwan nya say bi omo dey yi akwan foforo omo dey solve potholes. Enye se mu no omo ka kire. Na ebe ka omo san so se ye mu ade. So ba kojo, if Ghana is going to work like this, if John Mahama's appointees are going to rally behind him like this, if Ghanaians will get up and stand and say, Jandam be a Ghana will stop going to IMF. And this is going to be the last time Ghana will go to IMF because John Mahama has that vision. And to Okasa, we have to believe him because Onona, even in opposition, Okasa, Emma, kind of saying, Ghanaians, Omakuma Tomuyim. It got to a point, the sitting president of Ghana, Okasana Ghana, it takes the opposition leader, Ghana at crossroad. And then a man Ghana for Nya say no, then you will hope. If Mahama hadn't come out to deliver the state of the nation, that was the Ghana at crossroads, and maybe a Ghana bedroom. But he made sure he calmed down the nerves of Ghanaians. He was giving them so much solution, even in opposition. Munya ne say, as can say, energy sector do it like this. Omo fire, and can say I'm 38%. Omo fire, and Ghanaians would have blessed them more, even though the ideas is from Mahama.
Okay.
But enam so my almost say we are autocratic. At the end of the day, they lost, and then we gave them 38%. So I trust the John Mahama administration because 1 year, yenya scandal. 1 year, almost a mayor appoint in 2 years time. Ya started gusu. A president or bar, the ordinary Ghanaian chief phone catch and say, Mr. President, ye here school had the better machines to see what they are.
Yeah,
we have a regime.
Wow. No. So say wa unipa the Greek minister. Eko jina gold board and sense ni mu gidi. Emma, I think ojo pon kuma kura ko UTV kura no was afre wo more phone so. Explaining near my people are saying say what that Greek minister God board on sense someone so the enka and how the man was able to explain the issue no as on the CEO know that gold board no and I'm for say there be this is not your work, do your Greek ministry and leave the gold board to do Najuma and who the explanation say who the interviews
you see Ghanaians when it comes to politics no NDC we always stand tall. Communication. We always stand tall. And then our government is involvement. What I say? Okay. The Greek ministry, the Greek minister Honorable Eric Opoku, they be a me bonabasu because ye kase one of the ministers of the current government is a Greek ministry. Eric Opoku. Yes. Ejumane di oye. And then nyabotro NPP for Amokase he should stay in the Greek ministry. What are the questions they will ask him at the Greek ministry? On me yan. Oma bisa no questions won't me yan. Fertilizer or the ma. He's building and Nkete factory, Yeah. He's doing everything. So what is your problem? If they are Greek ministry, so and you ferry say at the end of the day, they are Greek minister. I don't know what the department. He's able to explain the issue of another ministry. This shows you say NDC government we have that we collide. Yeah. We have that connections. I can be at the Greek ministry. I can tell you what is happening in the road ministry. Okay. Because you're doing we are not a government beer. Even the vice president is left out of economic discussion. We are not in a government beer. Even the vice president, who is the economic management team, yet me meeting economy because under Akufo-Addo, Bawumia timika adebechi the same cabinet na eka bi. Bawumia timika semeto adewe 10 cedi. Adebechi the same ministry, the same cabinet meeting, the same members. No makache so boy at 5 cedi. So this is their government. We are a government of involvement. Okay. We collide ourselves. We work together. We go hand in hand. That is why His Excellency John Dramani Mahama betimi aso camera. Now I hear nsa say. Now I check out all the developmental projects, the amount of money, the contractor or yes ejuma. Fasa wo de fa so nanado dan kweku fa do hwe. Obeti bomba beto no kuruma. Because they are not involved. They don't involve them. Omonya ba omadwene ni sikadie. Omadwene ni sik. Obi wo on woto akwa onumpo onim say ye diska bia ma chama wontumi o. The Greek minister nankasa ono no Normally, naturally, no abin. And secondly, he has a ministry. And that ministry, Emayesika, Gold Board is also under the Ghana, kind of say the John Mahama administration. And so, what is going on there? Anka omo ye government of involvement. Anka honorable Kojo upon Kruma, on metna TV, so enchantron country say Gold Board aboka. Ade bechine bisa na also wan kanisa. Anka honorable Kojo upon Kruma, even in parliament, so munim di omo ya. Kojo upon Kruma timi ko njeme bin ka say Gold Board aboka. Ade chinya was wan kana honorable Kabiru akwa ko defend no ko ya wan timi an defend no. You get it? So Ghanaians, our even if not even the agric ministry, even an ordinary NDC communicator. Me, I'm not even part of the NDC communication in Krampono. I can give you instances of what happened there. How much more you had your own team. You can't even explain a little thing to Ghanaians. Ask the NPP about economy and they'll start struggling. Ask Baumia about economy in 2023. Baumia will start struggling. He will run from economy to digitization. He will run from digitization to interchanges. But NDC government is a government of involvement. We know what we don't do things undercover. We do things in an open light, and we make sure say agric ministry. My who be about the kind of finance ministry. I call him on our to me say what is your take? No, actually, these people are so arrogant. Or feel say Mentiasia, Kojo Ponkruma is too less, Kabiru is too less. Meet me misano. What I say? That is why they are struggling. And Kenya politics born in here. Can say Kokabet me sorry at my phone. As for camera no did can de Japan at them. This is not what we want. Ghanaians and this, we have that collaboration. So in all, if the honorable agric minister is answering questions for Samijenfi, what is your problem? The question is not answer, yeah, now answer. So what is your problem?
Wow.
And I'm say yes, we behavior to someone, and the empha.
Now, Justin, could you say 1 year the Papa President Mahama Aya and say or visit former President Kufuor. This is the General Secretary of the opposition party.
And then what has John Mahama visiting President Kufuor get to do with government?
Was it ni good yeah, why?
Say because they were not able to stabilize the city.
Could can say Justin Cody I want tofu.
Said they weren't able to do that. And then the president has come to do it. I said Justin Cody on tofu lana. If you didn't so neguni come. What I say? So you see, people like that, no me omukasa. Sometimes and not be make say. You said you are a leader in NPP. Now say you cannot hold your NPP members intact. Why should you even? I didn't kind of was a TN in the first place. Because our holding, we should stop criticizing the government. No one can crop for under one umbrella. And let's see. What I say? Justin Kodwe who say Okasama ne kwechira. He should just use our Nekasa no Okasama ne kwechira. He should just gather his people under one umbrella. Then we move forward. Political party nigo. And then here. Not criticizing the government because at the end of the day, no, Mahama visit Papa Kufuor visit no and it's not part of the government and it is not going to add money to our table. It is not going to take out any money from our table. It is not going to add up to the finance ministry. Oh no, he visited him on their normal base. For any politics. And one call man who can't say a year can say. Papa Kufuor me per document say sign mame. So I know your personal issue. Justin Cody or Hena Nensa Masa on paper bintina. We are done with them.
Now because say the economy baby ababedri na and anyame wan say if the general secretary is saying this better na grassroots member and kasese Baumia be president
Ghana be
wari bro. Oya Ghana be wari bro.
You see,
because if the leaders are talking like this because they think we are still doing the 1992 politics, the 1979 politics, whereby you stand somewhere, say whatever that you want, people will believe
that
you.
Times are
they will
over.
go and vote for you.
That times are over. We are here. Internet is here to stay. See, Anka internet is bad. 2016 ka John Mahama on free abemu.
Yeah.
Ka on free abemu. But thank God, God has given us a president who came to show us a presidency, enye kasa, enye age. First, na enim so when you near, you can do everything. Akufo-Addo is more older than John Dramani Mahama.
Yeah.
But look at how he governed the nation. We've now come to realize presidency no adwene na eda wotiri any action enye kasa any age. So the jandam no amokukuye no mumpe be ntina because the internet has come to stay, and we that we are behind the presidency will make sure say we will project the presidency and make sure that Ghanaians know every single mistake, every single bonny and NPP for DA one more time, and we'll bring them to book. We are ready to do that.
Variant yadi besie no yenwura mu wo the NDC political party mu kakra. Nansania ohani hu se Honorable Joseph Yamin na nam ntintanfide no so anhwe ya obekọ for general secretary ebisi obekọ for chairman ne nasefo nsense mebre na yewie bibia no menene ye interview and on the 1st January no asabe priesti say Joseph Yamin retained as organizer, national organizer. Also say onyanko baby a party no, they want power, not individual positions.
Yes, you see that, like I was saying, NDC we have that connections.
Okay.
The moment we rise and say you pel upa ye den, we are not like NPP.
Okay.
Now Honorable Joseph Yamin, this 2024 elections, in fact, he really played a key role because there were so many instances anka yenya obi aneni eden a ode ne nan be si ho agena ho ama Ghana fo a anka NPP ka omo wi aba na simple. I'm not saying say Honorable Joseph Yamin was the sole person who did the job.
Okay.
But the position now NDC for ye two man no say take this position. We really saw what he did, what he brought to Ghanaians. He brought to the NDC party. And we are really happy and then proud of him because one, Honorable Joseph Yamin made sure say, baby Bia say the ballot papers about to be on, he's always there. Baby Bia say boys are call the kind of say papers are called to but team, he's always there. And then when a friend say he will reap what we sowed, because we saw papa in this the December elections, the national elections, and then we reaped it at the 2024 because we wanted somebody who was resilient. We wanted somebody our say NDC for Monda yebeda, NDC for Monsori yebe sorry, and then we are always behind him. Me, I'm going all out for Yamin retaining us the national organizer because people who somebody look at the vote difference, solely on the organizing. Say the obesi atotono nyoma how he is going to like organize campaign. Say the obesi the boys akwa, obesi the girls akwa. No, wo kwani say wo kwa. All was concentrating. Everybody was having their eye on the organizer. Hey, organizer program ben organizing. How is he going to go about the campaign? And everywhere you saw Yamin, there were people behind him. And then the people were not just people, they were massive who were ready for boots for boots. We all saw his job, and at the end of the day, Yamin said, "Me, it is not because of Abanye Juma and Untina Meba as an organizer. I am coming, say Ghana for Ebenya buying Papa as the NDC." And at the end of the day, he took power from the NPP and gave to NDC. Now NDC is having a number, sir. The history of Ghana, we have a 1/3 NPP Papa Omoba Parliament to Omambo. We are there. He was able to give the president vote a BC da. And 1992
yeah.
And a year can say Victor Usmu and a koyes adena KBC da. Why should we take him out? And then Yamin has exhibited say he is not in for the government appointment too. Look at he's involved in poultry farm, which is going to fetch can I say a juma for the youth. It is going to give the youth work. It is going to add up to the economy. If Yamin starts operating 24/7, any the 24-hour economy,
yeah.
The 24-hour economy is not solely going to be on one thing. It is diverse, which Yamin has a poultry farm, adding up to the Nkokon Ketinkiti.
Yeah.
So we can say, at the end of the day, somebody otimije to me maye, na say or say, I'm not going, me pese higher na meka. Why do we have to deny him? We are not saying in the NDC there are no people But Yamin has shown, he has proven, because Oje power no prove it, say, and this is for Mukachira me say menje power no magic.
Okay.
So I can do it more and I can do it better. Which position will you give to Yamin in this no to me handle? Is it chairmanship? If he has been able to take power as an organizer, chairman no to me. Is he secretary? If he has been able to help take power from NPP, secretary no to me nyana. But he looked at where he want to maintain and he said, no, I want this position. So that others at the key point will also be there and will all come together again massively 2028 and will add up to the vote and make sure the NPP the relegation straight. So we are going to maintain him. Apart from Honorable Yamin being the organizer, he doubles as a grassroots man.
Okay.
Yamin at the grassroots. I just one can't say honorable. May I normally call him captain. One guy's a captain. One ABC and he won't listen to you. Who friend the one of the I can't say the executives are you call him on phone, talk to him on phone, you text him, he replies your text. So if this is what the grassroots always want to, there are some people be a friend or befa on fa. You see, sometimes the grassroots don't need anything from you. Yamin minimum no friend na mention. No friend, hello, Yamin, no picky et say yeah. We're proving who say at least also
yeah.
This is what some of the grassroots always need. Ebia wo twem wo kwan who say boys no matter no I had waba we all drink attire together. Ask the NPP for why Kusi Boateng allegedly why he was not able to distribute that his you can say say Tom Prince now or the good if
you no mo say a question you
if you hono I don't know to me. We were in election 2020 2024 a day to elections. People they were stuffing ballot papers. Who was leading the team? Yamin. Even after elections, I can say fertilizer. Share. I can say Dabai. Who led that? It was Yamin. Even after election, I said no. I am not going to sit down. I'll make sure say during my NPP for I'll bring it out, and then the result is out there. We've seen say Sana Brian the champion. Fertilizer no, they were not sharing it. You who say Sana honorable. I can say or say Koto. Fertilizer no monche. He led a whole series of operations. Even in campaign time, we could see say, oh man, now Obi Achituo or any company Achituo, he's always rigid. Yamin will never run away and leave his people. So if we see, say, this is a man who stands for the grassroots, stands for the party, and stands for Ghana as a whole, why do we have to say he's selfish? Yamin is not selfish in any way. You say Abana the man no December 2022. He has proven to us, if we give him another one, he's going to do more than that. So, I mean, I am happy he came out that he's going to maintain that position because I see it's rigid. I see it's solid for him to maintain that, to give us more votes even than what he gave us 2020. But
I'm for say, even before 2024 elections, you know, and I'm a say, Commander, na say the Momo, I send a air con, so movie power there. Say you say about to aba aban bia president bia na woni so obewi ni no te se ba wo mi ase no nim so obewi ni nti no wonim krofo a no be mo appointment e bi kro ha ye bo ye ka kire mo say oh wo de me ba ye me do be sha. So I ask you mean say he fana obeko because you have been the deputy regional minister sports minister nadmo na sefo. So a fan or bro deputy, so I say, oh, Kojo,
I hope not.
I'm not ready to take any position.
You see, when NPP wanted to make a jandam out of that, they started saying, Yamin man appointment. He just came and silenced them.
Yeah.
Some of us opt not to be in government. You think Yamin cannot be any of the ministers? You think Yamin doesn't have security backings? Can't he be the defense minister? But he felt like if they are able people, why don't they go?
The only reason what the man,
yeah.
Or say, o share Sami Jenfi. On car says Sami Jenfi say na dwuma no onye. But o say o share how that Sami Jenfi effective when they went to Asin North by elections. Any what you compare Akwetia, you see said the gold board dwuma no channel.
Yes.
Enti how I know ye effective when we call Asin North no. Na wonye sa effective no wo Akwetia because Akwetia no by election baby a ba ho no yes e bia gold board ye meeting bi so won't me ma so if omunyina ko bu government mu
who will take care of the party
but still NPP for they say And
then he came and wrote on his page, say, not everybody ought to be in government. So, they should solve their problem. And then just include your cancer, man. Now, that Uncle Chino. Or they war on to say, I mean, Becca say NDC for young Kwaha. I bet NDC in image now. Now, who will do to you? We respect, we regard our leaders. We are not like NPP. Yang leaders, ne kasa yet. Just include you in team for in team and then co. Steven in team then co. Omo kasa, it doesn't go anywhere. But NDC, I say don't get your kasa. Yamin kasa. Fifi kwete kasa. The other executives kasa. What they kasa.
Even Mustafa Gbande.
Yes, or kasa. Look at how Yamin and Mustafa are moving. Sometimes people mistake them for somebody and his deputy.
When you say me Yamin interview na maybe na omoko akwetia by elections nearby no. I had an interview with Yamin which nya sound ni because of issue. So catch him say, oh, don't worry. When I come back to Kumasi, we will do another interview. The catch me say, we say, na o deputy Mustafa Gbande. Mustafa Gbande is deputy general secretary. But look at the way Omumi no.
NPP for manyas ane na de bechi na nkasa ba kwaje ba kwege a.
Hey. Oh, the obi DJ obi girl. Vibrant. Yem fancy na yem fa enemre wi ye na bia na bibi fofra saba be bubom na wo si ehia na ja ya emergency.
I always say Ghanaians, your political history is important. Obo political history you know where you vote.
Okay.
And away so all about NDC for no. And you bia na betima kwasha ban nim. Yamin said it. Say ye ka say.
Yeah.
If you feel say nobody should feel that they've been deceived. What I say? Because if you are doing the politics, no, say politics na me and it is not my personal interest. It is about the Ghana. Because oka say ento abama jo mahama no. Opa say to abama jo mama na Ghana for one day omo Ghana mfa ne to mapamfra.
Okay.
That is why we are voting. So if Ghana moves in the right direction, that's all. Oh, sorry, no, could have no bet me the Didia. Is that not what we're all looking for? It is the Ghana we all want, not an individual Ghana. You understand? And then Obi Wahan must say, make a summer NDC. It's not like that.
Okay.
Do your work, like do your work, take out insults, and then one day, your star will shine. We all our stars cannot shine at one day. And they see. We are never bought, but and yet ye na bejina. We are into ye na so. They am ejinanim ujine chire. Obi ujinanim misumi ujine chire. Coming. One day, your star will shine. So the NDC communicators, they should just we all are trying to build the Ghana we want, and we all cannot be in government. So at the end of the day, Ghana can't connect and your individual ways.
You're not vibrant. Anna yetena say, "Hanbe me akwa medi dwumadi no." Esi, ya beda mu nyina amase. Emergency bi abemu a, ya behwe na ya wura mu. Ya dum besi ha.